right, brand bosses, let's talk about a master move. How many of you here are stuck playing catch up with your visuals, posting mediocre graphics, no clear aesthetic, feeling like your brand is all over the place? And that's the problem. Now let's look at Kylie Cosmetics relaunching King Kylie. It's a full circle, nostalgic, intentional brand overhaul with clarity, purpose, and visual firepower. Today, I'm breaking down the why, the what, and the how behind the King Kylie relaunch, so you can steal these power moves for your own brand and stop feeling invisible online. Let's go. First, let's jump into the context. Kylie Cosmetics was founded in 2015, though loosely starting 2014 by Kylie Jenner, and quickly hit massive hype with her lip kits. Now, fast forward to 2025, the brand is turning 10 years old. So what does a decade of brand building mean? It means a legacy moment, a pivot point, a chance to re-enter the conversation and be relevant again and again and again. Cue King Kylie. So let's rewind back to her bold era with the teal hair, the full glam, the disruptive visuals that the brand is now reviving in the new collection. So the key takeaway here is your brand isn't just what you launched today. It's built from where you've been and where you're going. That is why your mission and your vision is so important together with your brand story. If you ignore your past identity, you miss your own story. And your story is a huge part of your overall brand message. Why King though, not Queen? So if you're like me and you're wondering why King and not Queen, it's because using King was very intentional yet again. Here's the message behind using King rather than Queen. It's power, it's authority, it's breaking societal norms, it's bold. By choosing King, Kylie Cosmetics gives the brand that extra edge and swag. It ties to her early persona when she was disrupting beauty norms. But also with the product visuals, with the dripping lips. This was something that no one had seen before. And again, she was breaking the norm. So it invites her audience into this fearless era all over again. And that's her intention, to celebrate the 10-year milestone, to grow legacy, to re-engage with fans who fell in love with Kylie Cosmetics and Kylie herself from the very start. So it's to reactivate sentiment and hype. So here's a brand question for you. What title or identity are you using that signals your power and your stance? Are you hiding behind soft language or are you owning a statement? Now, talking about launches, I've just launched my Design to Dollars course. This is going to walk you through how to build your visual brand identity very intentionally, like King Kylie, in 60 minutes or less. Now let's jump into the visuals and campaign strategy. This is probably my favorite part when it comes to this particular King Kylie launch. So number one is the nostalgic hook, because the collection brings back the OG lip kits, True Down K, Dead of Night, and yes, it's updated formulas, but the same spirit. Number two is the aesthetic revival. So the teal hair, the grunge glam makeup, the Tumblr era beauty vibe, which is why Kylie stepped out in October for the relaunch with the teal ends all over again. Okay, three, let's look at their social media strategy. Their Instagram feed was full of King Kylie and repost images from its early years ahead of the relaunch. And then there was the launch date and the hype. So the campaign teased on Snapchat, product launches on October 18th, and boom, it all takes off. So from a branding point of view, this is textbook relaunch work. You don't just throw a product out, you build the cultural moment. You lean into emotion, which is connected to nostalgia. You go deep into the nostalgia, and you lean into emotion. You create scarcity through the vault and the back catalog, and you refresh the identity with new formulas and an old look, all refreshed. So your move here is, what visuals have you abandoned? What era of your brand could you revive or lean into? What vault moment do you have ready that your audience still loves? Now, if you are just starting out, it doesn't matter. You can still go back into the past and just play around with things that you fell in love with, and then go online and just share that passion. If you want to learn more, I've just launched Design to Dollars, where I teach you my exact agency system to help you design your curated and very cohesive moneymaker visual brand in 60 minutes or less. Okay, now it's time to roll up our sleeves, because we're about to design with this King Kylie energy, all inspired by this brand. So you can apply this to your own brand. Okay, let's jump in. I'm going to start by doing some research about Kylie Cosmetics, in particular the King Kylie collection and its relaunch campaign. I'm going to find some inspiration, and then I'm going to open a whiteboard in Canva where I'm going to drop my inspo photos into, so I have a reference point. Then I'm going to open up a design in Canva, and then I'm going to pretend that this is a client who wants a King Kylie inspired personal brand identity. I'm just going to add all of her images in, so I know what I'm working with and who I'm designing around. From there, I'm going to create a bit of a mood board to bring in that big, edgy King Kylie personality, vibe, and energy. When it comes to branding, we never want to copy. We always want to take inspiration and then make it our own, because it then becomes a new, fresh brand built around you, not someone else. Next, I'm going to choose fonts. Again, I'll refer to my inspiration and choose something similar while still creating a new look inspired by King Kylie. Now that I have my fonts, I'm going to create a logo, again taking inspiration from King Kylie. I could go with a heart like the inspiration, maybe keeping the heart motif from Kylie's visuals, or I could really commit to the royalty vibes and use a crown instead of the heart. Going full king energy, royalty vibes with a crown. And once I've nailed the vibe, I'll create a logo concept. I'm going to turn this into a logo for Tina Davies. And again, when it comes to branding, we never copy. We reinterpret, we reinvent, and we make it our own. Inspiration is a seed, and you need to create your own lane. If you love watching me design, I just launched a new course called Design to Dollars that's going to help you curate your own money-making visual brand identity in 60 minutes or less. I'll link it in the description below. And now I'm going to build content around this made-up personal brand to show you how I create a whole new personal brand identity and content taking inspiration from King Kylie. So we've gone from this, taking inspiration from Kylie Cosmetics, and ta-da, we created this. And there you have it, a full breakdown of King Kylie, the story, the message, the visuals, and how she took her aesthetic to build her authority. and how you can take that power move into your own brand. If your visuals feel inconsistent, your message becomes fuzzy, and then your audience doesn't really feel the vibe. So it's up to you to get super intentional, because every launch or relaunch needs clarity, cohesion, and consistency. And if you want to learn more about the brand identity process, watch this video next. And I'll see you on the inside.